Hi there, my beautiful beings. How are you today? So in this beautiful video, we are circling back to our gorgeous spirit guides. And what was coming up this morning for me, I was remembering in the early days when we were creating videos on spirit guides, and there's quite a few of them. In the title, it asks, are your spirit guides ignoring you? Now, this is the human perspective, and that's why we asked that question. Do you feel like your spirit guides are ignoring you? Because the truth is that your spirit guides are with you always, always, always. You don't need to believe in spirit guides for them to be there any more than you need to believe in the air that you breathe. It is there, whether you believe in it or not. Your next breath will come. So, my beautiful beings, in this video, we wanted to touch on why, for some of you, you may be feeling that your spirit guides are ignoring you, if you like. It feels that way. You know, you're trying to communicate with them and you're asking questions and asking them to be present, but you can't feel their presence. You can't feel them. You don't know for sure that they are there. So, my beautiful beings, a few things were coming up today to share with you. So this will probably be this video and the ones to come because as I, start talking, more information comes through to share. So let's dive deeper into this. There are so many reasons why you may feel that your beautiful spirit guides are ignoring you, or that you don't feel the connection that you have with your beautiful spirit guides. So, in this moment, we are going to get you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Release any tension that is in your body as you exhale. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, let go of everything. There's nowhere to be. There's nothing to do but to be here in this moment right now. Now, we want to ask you this question and really sit with it within yourself. What is the answer to this question? Are spirit guides real? Do they really exist? What is coming up for you as you hear those questions? So, my beautiful beings, you may open your eyes now. So what came up for you when we asked you those questions? Are spirit guides real? Are they real to you? Not to anybody else, but to you. When you asked the question, was it a definite yes? I know that they exist. What do you feel within yourself? There's doubt. You're not too sure. Or was there a no coming through? Definitely not. All of it has to do with your beautiful human experience and what you are here to do in this lifetime. So, if the answer was a yes, that's probably why you've been drawn to this beautiful channel, because we are all four spirit guides here. We know how blessed your life can be when you start walking hand in hand with them. And it's just such a beautiful existence, when you're walking with your spirit guides and you can see the signs that they are sending you and you can hear their communication clearly. There's just a peace that cannot be described, that fills your whole being, that you've never been alone, ever, not for 1 second. The moment you realize that they've always been there, and that they are here now, and that they will always be here with you, my beautiful beings. So, let's tap into, there could be fears that are getting in the way, fears that are protecting you from communicating with your spirit guides. Now sit with yourself and ask yourself, are there beliefs within you that you can be harmed in any way while you are trying to communicate with your spirit guides? Are there fears within you that can be negative energies coming in that can harm you in any way? Negative energies, dark energies, whatever words it is that you are feeling within you as you think of spirit guides. Are there fears within you that are holding you back from communicating with these beautiful spirit guides? So that you really have to sit with yourself. After this video, really sit with yourself today and ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What are the fears that are coming up for you? Because those fears are stopping you from communicating with your beautiful spirit guides. They're in the way. They're blocking the communication. And they're there for a reason. Those fears are there to keep you safe. Somehow you feel that you can be harmed if you step into the unknown. Because for many of us, if we haven't grown up talking to our spirit guides the whole way, if at some point we stopped communicating with them in our childhood, or we just haven't started communicating with them at all, there may be a fear of the unknown, that if we step into that somehow we can be harmed. Just remembering now, I was doing this gorgeous course, Astral Projection, with Greg Doyle, another lovely Aussie. And I haven't completed that course yet. But the parts that I had done so far were amazing. They were just so beautiful and so peaceful. There was, within me, there was no doubt, there was no fear, because I was already communicating with my beautiful spirit guides. So I always knew I would be safe, that they would be protecting me if I needed protection of any kind. They would be with me the whole way. And in every experience I had with a beautiful astral projection, one of them always appeared. Without me even asking, there would always be one of them. Either Archangel Michael would be there, Archangel Metatron sometimes appeared, one of them was always present. I could feel them and I could see them, and so I knew, it's okay, I'm safe. But shortly after, I think probably a month after I started the course, as you start looking into certain things, the internet offers you things, especially on YouTube, as you're looking into astral projection. And I stumbled upon this video of this man talking about how when you leave your body to do astral projection, the evil spirits can come in and take over your body and you can't get back into it. This was what he was trying to explain in his video, And so, he's instilling this fear in the people that believe in that. If you're listening to that and it's like, if I leave my body to go and do all of this astral projection, all this traveling outside of my body with my spirit, that somehow another spirit, another soul can take over my vessel, my body. There's all these fears that these things are possible, for you. And so these fears, again, would get in the way of you being able to do the astral projection if this is something you're curious about. If you stumble on that video and you're like, oh no, I can't leave my body because, another spirit can take over and then I can't come back. If this is the belief, if you believe in that so strongly, it will stop you from continuing on that path and having that incredible experience. The few experiences I had were amazing. And I've been meaning to get back to it ever since. But, then I was guided to write the next book. I was in the middle of writing Be the Rainbow. And on top of that, then I was being guided to start creating the courses with all the information that I've gathered over the years, that people can do the course in their own time. They don't need to be relying on me to bring the information through every single time, you know, because that's how it's been done that way over the, you know, last few years since I've been receiving all this beautiful information. I've had to do it one-on-one, you know, so I've had to be there to share the information in person every single time. So they've guided me all that information, and then as I'm, you know, going with the flow, this beautiful flow of spirit to create the courses, more information comes through, you know, that wasn't there before, that's even more expansive. So I just find that creating the courses for me has been such a wonderful process this year. I feel really blessed, you know, that I can serve in this way as well. So, because I find the courses are even more than just the books. You know, it's not just the books. I shouldn't call them like that, but not everyone can read and expand from reading. It's such a detached manner. It's a detached way of expanding your energy, you know, just reading words on a page. I've had some expansion through that, but most of mine has come from courses where I'm listening to someone and I am receiving that energy directly, you know. And in all the beautiful videos of all the courses, that's exactly what you get. The beautiful energy of the flow that is coming through, you know, the information that I've been given in that moment for that video. You're receiving that through my voice, through my beautiful team that's there with us, you know, as we're bringing this forward for you. So that's the only reason that my beautiful astral projection course is on hold, but I can't wait to get back to it. Because for me, it's play, for me and my spirit, you know, and my beautiful soul, we get to take off, you know, and it's just another, I can't even explain the few experiences I've had with it. It's just so expansive and peaceful and joyful, and just all of it. There's so much love coming through every time I've been, you know, working through that beautiful course, and love for this vessel, you know, that we're given to have this human experience, to be here, you know, on this planet. So that is one thing that you really need to sit with yourself after this video and ask yourself, because I can promise you, your spirit guides are with you, whether you acknowledge them or not. You know, it's like the sun that comes up every morning, whether we stand there and admire the sunrise and give love for it, whether we acknowledge that sunrise or not, it is there every morning. You know, the sun comes up whether you believe in it or not. It is there. And the spirit guides are the same. They are with you always, whether you believe in them or not. It doesn't matter. They already promised your beautiful soul that they would assist, that they would guide, that they would be here for you in this lifetime. So, my beautiful beings, what is holding you back from communicating with your beautiful spirit guides? And, you know, throughout the course, the whole first part of the Spirit Guides course is to release any blockages that are in the way. You know, what is in the way of you communicating? We clear the path. That's the very first month, to make sure that you are completely open. And in that first month, we also talk about creating protection, you know, protective circles or whatever you need to feel protected throughout this whole process, if that's something you feel that you need, you know. Somehow for me, I've always felt that I am safe when I'm with them, that I didn't need to be scared of this world, worried about this being a dangerous place, even though I grew up with all of that from my parents, you know. I knew it was their story of what they've been through. But somehow I've always felt that I am protected. I couldn't explain it. I just know, you know. And I remember being, how old was I? About 25? About 25, I think I was. And I was working in the city, and I used to work back late because I was living, in an apartment all by myself. And there was no rush to get home. There was nothing there. So this one particular night, I got to the station, would have been about 8 o'clock at night. And as I got out of the station and I'm walking, the first 2 blocks that I was walking out of the station, I see this car out of the corner of my eye, and I could see male figures inside. As I sort of turned to look at the car for a second, and then I looked back and I started to look down and I began to walk, because this car started to move at my pace. It had slowed down, Then I could see that there were at least 3 beings in this car. And so I just began to walk, and I just got this feeling inside of me that something was wrong, something just wasn't right. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I promise I won't get, work back late anymore. I won't work back late anymore. This is the last time, I promise. Just get me through this. I don't know who I was talking to. But I walked like 2-3 blocks like that, and I was getting stiffer and stiffer in my joints. Like I was starting to feel like paralyzed, even though I felt like I was walking frantically, I didn't run because I didn't want to, draw attention either that I was running. But the car just followed at that pace. It just slowed down, and it was next to me. And into the 3rd block that I'm walking, I feel this massive presence behind me. And I could feel these huge wings wrap around me, to this day. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps now, but just remembering that beautiful being that came in to protect me. And so these gorgeous wings wrap around me, and I could feel my heart was like pounding in my chest, at this point. I thought, I'm a goner, because there was no one, I didn't have, my parents weren't here. My parents were in South America with my sister. My boyfriend was overseas as well. I was all on my own. So if I disappeared, no one would know for weeks. I had cousins, but we'd catch up every once a month or something, It wasn't, so, here I am, my heart pacing, racing, and then I feel this presence. First I saw it, it was a huge angel. And then I could feel this, it's like a blanket that came around me as I saw the wings wrap around. And in that moment that I had that vision and I felt that, the car took off. And that's when I started running. As they took off, I started running to my unit, but I never forgot. And one day doing the angel adventure with Lorna Byrne, we were introduced to our beautiful guardian angel. And as I saw him and I saw how tall he was, I asked him if it was him that day, if he was the one that had wrapped his wings around me. And he said yes. So they are always with us. And know within your heart, because, many people may be sitting there thinking, well, if they're always with us, why don't they stop bad things from happening to us? Like that day, I could have been taken, and God knows what I could have gone through. I could have been another, So that could have been the end of me, But your soul is here to have a human experience, and the things that you go through, no matter how horrible they may feel to us, of why did I need to go through that? It's the experience your soul came to have, to feel that fear within you, to feel that pain within you. And if it is something that your soul chose, that it wanted to know what that experience is, your spirit guides cannot interfere. Because that is what we call free will. It's what your soul chose for this lifetime. And if that is what your soul chose, your spirit guides can't step in. They can't get in the way of that experience, even if that experience leads to the end. That was it. It was your time. So know in your heart that the things that you have been through, you were meant to go through, no matter how painful, no matter how that made you feel, no matter how traumatic it was. And then the question becomes, what was my soul looking to gain from that experience? So, my beautiful beings, know in your heart that your spirit guides have always been with you, always, 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 from the beginning. And if you do not have clear communication, there may be a fear or fears within you that are protecting you, that you feel that you're not safe having this communication. So it's really up to you to sit with yourself and ask, what is it? Why is it that I don't feel safe? What is the fear? Ask the fear to come up and talk to you. What is it that you're trying to show me? And we're going to talk more about this in the next beautiful video, because there's more coming through, as it always does. So we love you dearly, my beautiful beings. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.